take on a whole new meaning. I'm your host, Emmanuel Vincent. To my left, I have Ace, Barack Barber, and Shells. Not following us on social media yet? Make sure you do if you haven't already. We have a full house today and ready to dive into some topics including the verdict in the Aaron Hernandez trial, as well as Mayweather-Pacquiao. The 2015 NBA playoffs are underway, as several games are already in the book from yesterday. Last year, 5 series went 7 games in the opening round. While fans shouldn't expect that to be duplicated, they should still expect good basketball all around. Fellas, which first round series do you think will be the best and why?
I'm definitely going to go with the Clippers in San Antonio. I think that's going to be the best series. 2 great coaches, 2 great point guards. I think Blake Griffin and Tim Duncan will both play well in the series, and having DeAndre Jordan guarding Tim Duncan a little bit will make the series interesting. I'm also looking forward to the Memphis and Portland series. I think that's going to be a good series because it's 2 different styles. Portland likes to get up and down, shoot a lot of threes, and Memphis likes to pound the ball inside. So I think both teams trying to control the tempo and kind of get the style of play that they want. I think that's going to create a good series as well.
Well, I'm definitely with Brandon on the fact that, LA Clippers and San Antonio Spurs will probably be the best matchup in the first round. But the series that I'm looking into that's going to be probably the most intriguing will probably be Cleveland and Boston. The job that Brad Stevens is doing out there with them boys after Rondo left and acquiring Isaiah Thomas, plus the defense of AB and Smart on Kyrie, I think Boston can steal maybe 2 games from Cleveland.
Stay away from drugs, kids.
Yo, book it, man. It's going 6. It's going 6. Book it.
Barack,
I'm from Boston. I don't believe it.
I don't know, man. I just feel like them boys been doing their thing towards the end of the season, man. I don't know. And plus, Cleveland is inexperienced. Aside from LeBron, they don't have that much experience over there. But I'm not saying Cleveland is going to lose the series. Don't get it twisted, but it's not going to be as easy as y'all making it seem like, I think.
All right, we got to get my man Barack say something here.
Well, I share the same sentiments as Shell. I think the Clippers and the Spurs series is the best one, but the most exciting series to me would be the Pelicans and the Warriors. I think the Pelicans match up very well with the Warriors when it comes to youth and athleticism. They do have some injuries they got to deal with, but Anthony Davis is going to show you why he's been talked about as one of the best players in the league. I think they match up well. The first game is already in the books. They were down 30 and came back. That's a learning process for them. The next game should be different. I think the defense, they should turn it up a bit on Steph Curry. Other than that series, I like the Memphis and Portland because those 2 teams also are experiencing the playoffs. Memphis has a little more, but they have the edge. And like I said, I share the same sentiments as him. Spurs, Clippers the best. Most excited would be Pelicans and the Warriors. And I think the Pelicans could actually win that.
Hold on. So you're on record for saying that the Pelicans have a chance to win not a game or 2, but the series?
Yes.
What?
Yes, they do. You have arguably one of the best players in the league. By watching him play, he's the best player in the league. You also got the experience of Aaron Gordon. You got Tyreek Evans.
Someone take off his
Tyreek Evans. He's got experience. He's got Drew Holiday. He's got experience in the league. You got pieces like Ryan Anderson. You got pieces like Asik is over there. He came from Houston. Yeah. So he played in the playoffs too with Houston. So he has a little bit of experience there. That right there. I understand that. The Warriors, listen. The Warriors are not as dominant as you think they are. They're not as dominant as you think they are.
They're not dominant.
They're not as dominant.
That's the best shooter in the league. Probably the best shooter in history.
That's cool.
On their team.
That's cool.
MVP candidate.
That's fine.
We got the best.
They're not as dominant.
Pelicans have good individual players, but they don't have. They have good individual players, but their coaching is not going to be able to make enough adjustments. They only have one really good perimeter defender, and that's Norris Cole. But from playing him 30 minutes like they did last game, it messes up their offense.
Yeah.
So either way, how they do it, if they want to go defensive, put Norris Cole on Curry. then they're not gonna struggle being able to score. And then they keep Drew Holiday and Eric Gordon in the game, then both Thompson and Curry are both gonna go crazy the whole series. It's not like to me, like I would be surprised if they won 2 games. I think they maybe could win 1 at home if Anthony Davis plays well at the beginning of the game and doesn't wait till the end. But like just from top to bottom, as far as like controlling the pace, offense, defense, everything, there's nothing that the Pelicans they don't have any advantage in the series. They don't have like low post scoring. They don't shoot better. They don't defend better. Like it's hard to beat a team when you're not better than them at one single part of basketball.
Again.
So when I'm speaking dominant though, when I'm speaking dominant though, you shut all that Steph Curry and Klay Thompson stuff out. The Warriors can't really beat you inside. They can't really beat you inside. You ain't really worried about them inside. Who you worried about? Spades? You know, Draymond Green?
David Lee?
David, come on. When is the last time you saw David Lee have a dominant performance? I'm talking about dominance. Like this seems like the Spurs and the Clippers. They're not hitting that outside. You Blake go in. You can't stop Blake. DeAndre Jordan's gonna bang all over you.
Hey, your response?
I'm with you on they could probably shit for the party. Having a chance to win this series.
I can't believe you said that the Celtics can go 6 with the guy. But the Pelicans can't even go 6 with the Warriors. You know?
But look at my reasoning though. Look at my reasoning. Boston have that experience.
Boston doesn't have anybody. Boston does not have one player.
It's the ones
Boston does not have one player that you can even think about. They don't even have one. Boston they don't have one player that you can put up there with any of the best players in the league. At any position.
But I understand that.
Any position.
But Cleveland only has LeBron though. Cleveland only has LeBron. Only has, of course, superstar. Kyrie been in the playoffs. Love been in the playoffs.
No, they haven't been in the playoffs. But Kyrie was a superstar in the league.
I don't know. Listen, you get it twisted. I said they could probably win 2K. You have Pelicans winning. Okay, if you want to say I'm drunk, you are high, bro. Like, you want hard stuff. I say that. Pelicans can win.
No way Pelicans win.
The Pelicans, there's no way.
I would be surprised if both of those teams.
The Pelicans have a better chance.
My logic is a little better. What reasoning?
Then the Boston Celtics have against the Cavaliers. They have a better chance. Better chance of winning the series.
They both have 0 chance of winning the series.
Pelicans got one.
Pelicans have a
chance of winning more than 2
chance
games.
than Celtics, but
They're not happening. All right.
Both have 0 chance of winning more than 2 games.
It's not happening. All right.
It's just
0.
I understand what
Golden
you're
State
saying.
scored.
I have a quick question.
What's up?
About another first round series. Talked about the Clippers, Spurs.
Yeah.
If CP3 loses in the first round, what were your thoughts behind it?
Well,
Still a 4 because he's
whoa.
To me, he's a career loser.
Not really.
He's one of my favorite players.
If you lose,
I can't get a pass on.
if you lose to a team like the Spurs, you can't beat.
No.
If you lose to a team like the Spurs, you can't say Spurs. Even though the Spurs are what seed are they? 6 seed. Yes.
Sorry,
6 or 7 seed, whatever they are. They're down there and they still being talked about coming out the West.
No.
When you start losing to teams where all the best players are like 35 and older,
It's not about age has nothing to do with it.
Age has a lot to do with it.
They won the championship. They didn't win the championship.
Yeah, but this is not the same team that
Same
won last year.
coaches. Same. I'm not. What? They do got some young pieces. Kawhi's there. The kid drafted from UCLA is there too. He's putting in work. They got a lot of players.
Now, Anderson,
Come on, he's putting in work.
Paul is 10 years in, bro. I was with you like last year, 2 years, like, yo, he's losing the good team. But yo, to be the best, you have to beat the best.
Yeah.
Jordan
Also
wasn't
Ric Flair.
until he beat the Pistons. They were a better team, but he still beat them. You gotta beat the good teams to be
So
considered
maybe
great.
he gets out the first round, but he loses.
You playing against 4-year-old Duncan Parker? Come on, man.
If he doesn't go to the Western Finals this year,
There's 3 Hall of Famers on that team.
it doesn't matter.
But they're all
But the odds are about the same. Like, he's 70 years old.
The coach.
Okay. All right.
You gotta count for him.
All right.
So Blake's in his prime.
DeAndre's in his prime.
DeAndre's right.
DeAndre ain't dunking, he ain't scoring. DeAndre ain't dunking the ball, he ain't scoring.
Can shoot lights out.
You're right.
JJ let shoot lights out. You got Jamal Crawford coming off the bench mixing dudes. Paul, the best point.
That matchup
That
is
can't be beat.
like you said, that
If they lose first round, I'm sorry.
That matchup,
I'm done.
best first round matchup. You have two of the best coaches in the NBA going at it. So that's the one. That's the one that we're gonna see. If Doc Rivers can outcoach Greg Popovich,
I don't think it has anything to do with coaching.
yes, it does. It has to do with
Okay. That doesn't have
coaching.
anything to do with coaching, but I think it has more to do with the players for this series because we've seen a lot of games where, like, Chris Paul has given away a lot of games in like the last 3 or 4 minutes. He'll play great for 40 minutes, and then the last 3 or 4 minutes, he has a turnover here, a missed shot here, and they end up losing the game.
They know what to do. They know what to expect from each other. They play each other.
Who won the season series?
Come on, they know each other.
I'm not sure. The regular season series?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Coach Pop and Doc.
You think the regular season series accounts for something?
Nah, because the Spurs were hurt most of the year. They were resting people. They were mad people out.
It's on now. It's on now. And this is Paul's time.
Okay.
And
All the time.
we didn't have Blake Griffin either. Or
Great topic, but we gotta keep it moving. Just real quick. Who do you have in the finals?
My preseason pick was the Chicago Bulls versus the San Antonio Spurs. I'm gonna stick for that. I'm gonna stick, bro.
I'm taking Cleveland against the Spurs, and I think Cleveland wins it this time.
I'm gonna change this up. I'm gonna go Bulls Memphis.
Ooh, wow.
Bulls Memphis for my finals.
All right, have you been drinking?
Bulls Memphis. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Wow.
I think his headline's too tight. I think his headline's too tight.
You coming at dudes, yo, that's what I mean.
Headline's too tight. Bulls and Memphis.
It's the last shot. We'll see.
Wow. I think it's the playoffs, man. Coaching plays a big part. I don't know if Memphis is coaching. It's just a chess match, man.
All right, let's move on. Last week, former New England Patriots tight end Aaron Hernandez was found guilty of first-degree murder of Odin Lloyd back in June of 2013. Hernandez now faces a lifelong sentence in prison with no possibility of parole.
In the second degree.
Guilty of murder in the first degree.
Madam Foreperson, by which theory or theories?
Fellas, what was your reaction when you heard the verdict?
Well, my initial reaction to the verdict, the guilty verdict, was I believe it was wrong. Yes, a murder did happen, but without the murder weapon, I thought he was really going to get off. But I guess they were all being tried, joint venture, and the fact that they placed him at the scene of the crime, I guess that was enough to get a guilty verdict on our first-degree murder. You know, to me, the case was being rushed from the beginning because of the play. It was a high-profile case, and they were building it as they go. They brought in over about 175 witnesses just to point out that they seen him in the club and they seen him with Odin Lloyd, but I didn't think that was credible. But I'm not a jury and I'm not a legal analyst or whatever, and I just thought the verdict was wrong because they didn't have the murder weapon. But a murder did happen, so they found him guilty.
Yes.
I mean, they got the verdict right in my opinion personally, because the simple fact that the defense placed him there and said that he was there when it occurred pretty much deaded his whole like trying to get off on the murder charge. That's just my take on it, really. I didn't really have no reaction. I mean, there was a possibility that he might have got off, but once that was said, I was like, yeah, he's a done deal. It's only a matter of time.
With me, I didn't really have an initial reaction just because I didn't know the victim. I went to college with the sister, so I knew her. I guess for the family, I'm happy for them that they got some closure to that, kind of are able to get past it. But as far as like reaction, I didn't really have one. I'm not really sure if he was guilty or not. Just from like my opinion, a lot of things that I saw definitely made it seem like he was guilty, but just from like a legal standpoint, it seemed like there was a lot of things that they needed to have, like the murder weapon, and just there was a lot of holes in the prosecution's case. So not really sure if from a legal standpoint, if he should have been convicted for that particular crime or not, because we've seen a lot of different things with like cops killing people on film and video, and a lot of other stuff happening on video around the country, and people get off. So it's kind of strange that they were able to convict him and not have any video evidence and not have like a lot of the key facts and stuff that they would have needed to prosecute him.
Most of the evidence was all circumstantial. It's like, you committed a crime. We say we committed a crime, we know we committed a crime, but if there's no evidence to actually, prove that you did it, then in your mind you're gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna get off. Like it's really, they say it's not what you know, but you can prove. They didn't, without the murder weapon, they proved that he was there. Without the murder weapon, they didn't prove that he had who pulled the trigger.
They didn't prove he pulled the trigger. They just proved that
But
he was there.
I guess
He was definitely involved.
Yeah,
None of us know
also-
if he was the actual person
a
that
crime-
said
a
shoot
crime-
him or if he was the person that
a crime was committed, and the fact that they tried, I guess it was charged with joint venture. So I mean, one go down, they all go down. So
And another thing that wasn't established, I don't know, maybe I missed it. What was the motive of him killing him?
There
Was
wasn't.
that said?
There wasn't. Like I
So
said,
they had no motive, no murder weapon, no witnesses to say
but
that
just
he
a
pulled
body.
the trigger.
There was a body and him being at the place,
being
and
at
it
the
was
scene,
right.
which was
And it was right
established.
pretty much next behind his house or next to his house. He did
No.
he did everything to put him at the scene of the crime. He did everything to put him at the scene of the crime. But without the weapon,
Or
that was
or
pretty much
witnesses
it. But
to
that's all
say
they
that he
needed.
shot,
That's
or a motive like
that's all they
violence.
really need, I guess. That's all they really need. But the letters is like, wow, okay. You can't erase that off the board.
But they was still, I think they were sure that he could have got off with what they had, what they thought they had,
Yeah.
what the prosecution lacked. They thought they
The
could
defense
get
came
off.
out. The defense was pretty
You know
strong.
what
The
I'm
prosecution was.
And I think what Kraft said
That
kind of hurt him
That
too.
kind of
like,
put. That kind of. It was one of those things like. How you know? It's like how you already know the time of the murder? You said you was in the club when it happened. We don't even know what time
the
it
time
happened.
was never. That's what
The time
hurt
was
him.
never
That
established.
Those
He
things right there.
pretty much threw himself under the bus.
Like,
Like
it was like okay,
But
then that's
even
what
with that, that's still only
I was
puts
there,
him-
but I didn't know.
Yeah, that's it.
That was the last. That was the last
you
line.
know about it.
We knew that he was involved and we knew that he was there,
there.
but we don't know if he actually killed him or if he actually said, yo, kill him, or if it
Or
was
we're
like
just like,
something
yo,
that just happened
chill,
and he was like,
man,
oh,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't know that part of
Yeah.
it. That's the problem.
Now, I want you guys to speak a little bit more about Hernandez. Here we have a popular player, multi-million-dollar contract. Now it's faced with life in prison.
Well,
What about that?
Well, money. They say when you come up with substantial amounts of money, it's supposed to change you for the better. But some people come from a background and a lifestyle that they used to live, that the money just makes it easier for them to gain access or get away with things. Someone from the streets come up with a lot of money. That's more. They get to have more of the things that they used to do.
A lot of times, what money does, it just makes greater who you are.
Yeah.
It just makes greater who you are. So if you're a nice person, you're gonna do nice things with the money. If you're a thug or a gangster,
You're gonna be a thug against
You know what I'm
a
saying?
lot of money.
you're a gangster with a lot of money. That's all
Yeah,
it is. You know? And that's what his thing was. I don't
When you
know.
get more money,
Yeah,
like when you they say for instance, they say he was smoking a lot of marijuana. The more money you get, the better marijuana you're gonna get, and the more amounts of
The more
marijuana.
quantity of marijuana.
The quantity gets better, the quality gets better. So now, that's another thing that
Everything in excess.
that's another thing that
Everything in
professional
excess.
sports is now. That should also open the doors of professional sports to for the drug testing. You're paying all these guys a lot of money, but they still doing drugs, even though marijuana is not really. They say it's not really one of the type of drugs like a heroin or crack, but still,
It's tough because it's legal in certain states.
Yeah, it's
so I
very
think that's
tough.
what makes it hard.
But it's legal. It's legal in some states, but it can be illegal in professional sports.
Yeah.
Period.
That's true.
Because that's its own entity right there.
Like, we got the draft coming up. You think an
Exactly.
owner's gonna look at a guy, oh, he's talented, but
Exactly.
he got
Even with the like he said, even with the NFL draft, even with the NFL draft coming up, like you said, even with the
It's
NFL
like, do I want
draft
to take
coming up,
my chance on this guy?
a lot of the players,
Playing?
with the character issues that came before these players in college,
Yeah.
that were in the NFL. And
James Winston's getting grilled heavy right
Yeah,
now.
like I said a few weeks ago, he's the most investigated person in probably NFL draft history. Like most of these guys now gotta go get investigated. They gotta interview.
They want to know everything.
They want to know
before they
everything.
take-
Why did you do this? What happened over here?
You know?
What happened over
Because
here?
is it worth it? Like
Now,
is it worth it? Like Aaron Hernandez was one of the top tight ends, but now he's doing like
Coming out of high school, I think he was
He
the
was the number one tight end.
number one tight end.
here it is. He was the number one tight end coming out of high
Because he
school.
committed to
And
UConn,
then
and
they
then when
said,
he went up in the draft,
and then they said,
ratings, he
they said they drafted.
committed.
They came out and said they drafted first round talent in the 4th round. Someone in the Patriot organization said they drafted first round talent in the 4th round. We knew he had character issues. They do that. They do that all the time with players. That's why players drop. That's why so many skillful players drop. They'll get them for a cheaper rate.
Yeah, but they're banking on that culture. They're banking on like their organizational culture will be able to change the player. And I think with him, it just didn't pan out. So you can't change. Like everyone's not going to change. Some people, they might you might grow up in the streets. You might have a lot of people have done things when they're younger that they wouldn't do now that they're older.
And what's crazy about it, he played for the Patriots. I mean, they run a tight ship there. So
Yeah,
it's crazy how Belichick and all them didn't pick up on this certain activity that he was doing.
You would not be able to pick up on it.
Yo, he did that very well.
I mean, we all know that the New England Patriots are notorious for underpaying players, so to speak, but they actually did give Hernandez a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of money. So that says a lot.
The reason why is because the reason why is performance based. He lived up to the expectations.
And
now he's getting the money that he was supposed to get if he was a first round draft pick. You know? So he's very athletic. He's very skilled. He was one of the special talents.
And I assume he was a good teammate and he listened, so that's why probably too.
But
on the field.
You only know the players that you have when they're at work.
When they're having nothing off the field except for this.
When they're at home, when they're at home, they don't have coaches within their home. The way they live outside of the stadium is different. There's so many players. The NFL and the NBA is predominantly minorities.
Well, I can say
and most of these guys come from hard backgrounds.
Choose your friends wisely.
The majority of these guys come from hard backgrounds. That's why when they get this money, they start buying all the nice things. Some of the guys smarten up. But the NFL more so. You hear every time a player from the NFL gets drafted, he does good. There's an E60 story on him about how he came from the slums or whatever. He was homeless. He was doing this. There's a lot of this. It happens, man. You give them money, then they just some people just don't know how to act. Some people don't know how to act. Great talent, but very terrible decision.
Oh yeah, we all can agree.
Yeah, it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it.
When legendary trainer Freddie Roach heard that Mayweather was 2 hours late to his media workout training, he had no problem saying how he felt about him. He labeled the boxer selfish, claimed that he's been ducking Pacquiao for years, and says that on May 2nd, Mayweather will fall to 47-1. Fellas, were these comments warranted or out of base? Go ahead.
We serious right now? We're talking about a media workout. Not the actual fight, a media workout. Is this really your topic right now?
Yes.
I'm not worried about Mayweather. I mean, he's 47 and old. The record speaks for itself. He'll be more than prepared come May 2nd to fight Pacquiao. Freddie Roach is way overreacting over this whole late for a workout thing. It's non-issue.
This is stupid. It's stupid. Being 2 hours late he's mad that he was 2 hours late for a media training session. Who's the media? Everyone knows who Mayweather is. 2 hours late. 2 hours late to a media training session is not gonna take 2 hours away from what he's gonna do in the ring. He's just gonna fight. The media can follow him around like paparazzi. You know where he's at. Go to his gym or whatever the case may be. It's just the society that we live in now. All the media and all that. The media is actually more hype now. You gotta credit social networks for that too, because they just But that's just stupid. It's a non-issue, and Freddie Roach is still putting out fighters who lose to Mayweather every time they fight anyway. So I can see why he's saying he's gonna lose to Pacquiao. I believe he's gonna lose too, but I don't like Freddie Roach.
To me, I don't think it's a big deal at all. I think it's just Freddie Roach trying to beat Mayweather into talking trash back. It's been happening pretty much the past couple of years. Arum and Roach have been saying Mayweather's scared of Pacquiao. Just say a bunch of stuff. Pacquiao's a good guy, Mayweather's a bad guy, just to hype up the fight. I think he's just trying to sell the fight at this point. I don't really care much for it. I just want to see the fight May 2nd. That's all that matters. Watch Mayweather win again.
So would you say that
pretty much it?
He was definitely reaching when he said that Mayweather is afraid of Pacquiao?
Of course he's reaching. People speak before they think. He's not afraid of Pacquiao, but he doesn't have to be on time for a media training session when you're there to see him. He's not there to see you. And it's just building hype for the fight. That's all it is. He wants to, like I said, like Shell says, he wants a reaction out of Mayweather. Mayweather probably might say something disrespectful and make fun of how slow he is.
Non-issue. We're talking about media.
We're talking about practice.
We're
Not a game.
talking about media work.
Not a game. We're talking about
the
practice.
actual fight.
You know?
So I don't understand.
He's looking real desperate right now. real desperate.
That's exactly what it
like
is.
That ex-girlfriend.
That's exactly what it is. The ex-girl, like, it's like the ex-girlfriend, like the new
Texas
man.
like 57
The
times.
ex-girlfriend.
Like,
You know what I'm saying?
They go on social media like,
like mad intentions. Right,
it's
so,
real
like,
desperate.
come on,
This-
man. Like,
this is
yo,
bad.
Fight
This
is
is real bad.
fights in less. What was it?
I didn't even know Freddie Roach was still relevant in boxing. Seriously, I think every fighter he put up against, every fighter that I think,
Now he's one of the best trainers. I guess.
but every fighter that Mayweather had, he was training the other fighter. And every time on All Access or on 24/7, Freddie Roach said the same thing.
He says the same thing every time.
Every time.
I think Pacquiao is ready. He's the best I've ever seen him in training camp. He got the killer instinct back. And then the next fight, I don't think he was ready last fight. But this fight, he's ready. He got the killer instinct back.
See how Mayweather prepares? He'll get up at like 1 a.m. and like, yo, go take him to the gym.
They do
Go to
say,
the gym.
they do say his
Come on, his regimen
late
is
night
crazy.
his late night workouts is.
I think it
He
was
goes
like
to the
3
gym
times
like
a
3
day.
times a day.
Yeah, he goes at like 4 a.m. to like a
Runs like 7, 8
I
miles.
gotta give it to the man.
Come on, yo.
His work ethic is very.
His work ethic is
his work ethic
crazy.
is very good, and he's a very like he said, what he say? You pay to see him fight. You pay to see him box.
So at this stage of the game, you're questioning his preparation for this fight? Come on,
You don't do that. You don't do that. That's just reaching. This is
get out of here with that.
Alright, we have
Pacquiao looking real little right
Well,
now.
that's all the time we have for now. Be sure to catch us next time at the same place on the same channel. Till next time, take care.